Gas Network presents sports for the culture.
I'm here with the family.
Bryce, XXV, Double I,
Rome,
D-Malo,
Gruff Lion.
T-Boogie, man.
Just the greatest sports show on the planet. La Familia. Hope y'all ready for a ride.
can't wait to hear what you guys got to say.
what it is, man. You know what's happening. It's Gas presents sports for the culture. I'm tonight's host, your boy Young Rome 22. As always, we got a great show for y'all tonight. You see, you know who you rocking with right now, the GOAT. Got my GOAT trophy, just so y'all recognize. But I'm gonna let the fellas introduce themselves, and I'm gonna let y'all know what we got going on tonight. I'm gonna start with the lowly Giants fan on my bottom right.
Hey, what's up, fellas? What's up, world? I just want to give a big shout out to the Dodgers fan base, man. I've never seen a fan base take over Yankee Stadium a day in my life, and I've been to some nice Yankee games, but they outnumber us. The fan base is amazing. I met a couple people that came from Mexico, or just for that Saturday's game, and they were already talking about, yeah, we're leaving Sunday morning. Like, I got a flight at 6 o'clock to go right back. Like, I never seen a dedicated fan base to come to New York and just take over. And like I said, big ups to the Dodgers fan base. I've never seen a awesome fan base besides the Yankees fan base to come and dominate another opponent's stadium and just take over.
Yeah, no, that's actually a good point, G, because I actually saw the other day that baseball numbers are up across the board. So, I mean, the Dodgers Yankees was a big series this weekend. This was a big weekend for baseball. I was definitely tuning into that series, and I definitely enjoyed watching y'all lose. So, next, I'm going to kick it to my man on the top left.
At Bryce XXV double I, aka Mr. Big Leaguer, aka my mama's favorite gas panelist. Hey man, I got my very first golf tournament this weekend. Not gonna lie, I'm a little nervous. I'm just trying not to finish in last place, man. So wish it well. I'm going with a whole bunch of experienced golfers. I'm only about 2-3 months in myself. So I'm trying to hit a couple pars, maybe a birdie or two. We'll see how I do, man. I'll give y'all an update next week.
Hey, man, you got good luck. Golf is very competitive. People sleep on golf, bro, but hopefully you don't place last, man. Good luck out there. I'm definitely going to check back with you on that one. And last but never least, bottom left, man, introduce yourself.
T-Boogie, man. Wash your hands, wash your ass. Y'all know what time it is. G, man, I guess because you're not from the area, but other fan bases taking over the stadium, that's pretty normal. That's pretty normal behavior.
I know for you guys, because you guys don't win over there. Nothing in Washington wins.
So I guess I understand your shock and surprise, but it happens all the time in a lot of places. But other than that, man, I'm ready for a good show. Good luck to you in your golf tournament. I do want to get into the sport myself. You know what I'm saying? I do be looking like a champ at Top Golf. So,
Yeah.
Hey, if you try to play, man, I know it's some decent courses over by your way, and I will tell you right now, I'm a top golf champion. The real links, nothing like Top Golf. I promise you that. But last time I went out, I did
Bryce,
par, so have you feeling good?
so the only birdies you're hitting, the ones on the tree, right? That's the birdies you're hitting?
Hey, bro, I'll put it like this. One of your, how you got certain benchmarks in golf, one of your first benchmarks is try to go the whole day with one golf ball. All right. If you can finish with the golf ball you started with, that's a good ass day, bro. like that, like seriously, man. Seriously. But if y'all ever want to come out, let me know. Like I said, I'm into it now, so we can make something happen, fellas.
Yeah,
Man, I haven't golfed in a minute, bro. I used to live like literally right next to a golf course, and I definitely got some homies that are some pretty decent golfers, bro. But I gotta get my game back up before I get out there. You said you're in a tournament, that's why I was like, oh, okay. You must be on your on your Tiger Woods type shit right now.
It's one of them things where the tournament is actually a cousin of mine's tournament, right? He does this tournament every year. They've been going strong for like 17 years or something like that. He's like my mom's first cousin, so a little older than me. He probably like 50, early 50s. But they got 3 groups, man. They got an A group, a B group, and a C group, and it's like a round robin style. So your first score dictates which group you landed. So basically, man, they got me pegging the C group. They like, bro, you automatic C group. I'm like, listen, bro, I'm doing everything I can to get into that B group. So really, my number one goal is getting to the B group. If I miss the B group, my next goal is just to not finish in last, bro. Like I'll never hear the end of that shit if I finish last place. I don't care if it's second to last. Like I can't.
How many holes? How many holes?
So it's a 3-day tournament, right? So Thursday, so you playing 18 all 3 days, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. But you basically get your grouping after your round on Thursday. So traditionally, like I've now played 18 holes about 4 times maybe, and I do the same thing every time. My first 9 be terrible, but my back 9 I get sharp, bro. So if I could just get do my back 9 twice, I'll be all right. But easier said than done, bro.
Understood.
Yeah. All right, man. Let's get into it. Here at Gas, sports for the culture, we're very culture based. We have organic conversations like this all the time. Golf was not on the list of topics today, but that's why y'all tune in, man. Come for the sports, stay for the culture. We get into everything here. But today, fellas, we are going to get into some NBA, some WNBA, and I got some random sports topics I'm gonna throw at y'all here in a little bit later. But first, man, let's jump into this NBA Finals. The Celtics are up 2-0. We've had a lot of conversations here about this, so I'm interested to see what y'all thoughts are on the NBA Finals so far. G, I'm gonna start with you on this, man. What have you thought about the first 2 games?
Jason Tatum's been playing horrible. It's like what I alluded earlier in the playoff run, where it's like he's mad inefficient when it comes to scoring. Yeah, he's chucking up a lot of shots, but the average is horrible. What is he like? Last game he was 7 for like 21 or something like that. He's just like he's. I mean, I guess defensive. He's been playing more like a point guard. Well, with Porzingis out now, deemed to be out from here on out, they're saying it's questionable, but I doubt it. They're gonna let him come back. And I just don't like the way Jason Tatum's been playing the last 2 games when this is supposed to be the allegedly MVP of these finals.
So just to be clear, just to clarify here real quick, the Celtics are up 2-0, and your take is to start with Jason Tatum is not impressing you enough, even though his team is up
Pause.
2-0 in the NBA Finals. You.
Yeah, because it's still it's the best of whoever to get to four first. It's not like the Dallas is down 3 games. Dallas is only down 2. This could still come back. And then, like I said, Porzingis is not going to be there. And then it's going to start getting closer and closer. Look, I personally believe if Boston is just winning off of just because of the rest of the you say role players play better at home, but what happens when role players are not home no more? Then you're gonna need Jason Tatum to play better. That home field advantage ain't there no more, and then the shit start to collapse. And then what we're gonna see? Who we're gonna blame for these losses? Jason Tatum, or we're just gonna say it's coaching?
You bring up a good point. With KP potentially out, that could definitely do some damage. So we'll see if he's able to play at all tomorrow night. Coach Boogie, man, what do you thought of these first 2 games?
I mean, they pretty much went exactly how I thought. Porzingis is a huge X factor. They have no answer for Porzingis. Like it creates a matchup problem. They already had matchup problems, right? It just created a bigger matchup problem with KP being out in a pivotal third game, right? Because 3-0, you don't come back from that. So this is a must win from Dallas. This is absolutely a must win for Dallas. To speak to the Jason Tatum hate, he hasn't played well shooting the ball, but he's facilitated, he's rebounded, he's defended. I even dare to say that throughout this playoffs, if any era LeBron had these numbers, and played the same way, we wouldn't have this discussion. Because if you watch, Tatum does look like LeBron. Something like,
Come on, what are we talking about, man?
I know you don't smoke weed or do
First
any kind
Kobe,
of
now it's LeBron.
drugs, bro. What are you talking about?
if you watching the game,
Crazy.
Tatum is still dominant. How do you think these role players are getting open shots? You think with Tatum drives, you think nobody's helping?
Bro, this is the biggest flawed narrative that's being pushed. it started with our guy Scribb. Shout out my boy Scribb. That if LeBron was having this series, everyone would love it. No, it'd be the opposite. All right, if LeBron was shooting like this, everybody would be like, "Bron can't do shit." But what are we talking
We're
about,
talking
man?
about poorly in 2 games where you got the win. But if you've looked throughout the playoffs, he's been the best player for that team every single series.
Then why didn't he get the Eastern Conference Finals Player of the series? Then why didn't he win that MVP for the Eastern Conference Finals?
That's a point stat.
That's not a point stat, bro. That's the best player, and the best player on that team
I will
to
say
this point has been Jaylen Brown in these playoffs. And for one game, it was Kristaps Porzingis.
I will say Jaylen Brown has looked impressive defensively, especially. I mean, he's still getting 30 dropped on him every night, but he's taking the charge. You know what I'm saying? He's stepping up to the plate, but it's not like he's shutting people down. You know, he's stepping up to the plate though. But at the end of the day, bro, it's a team sport. My kids will know the stats. And if Jason Tatum gets a ring, that solidifies his career, regardless if he gets the finals MVP. So
not so fast there, bro. I think it solidifies. You're right about solidifying a career, with the ring, and that's any player, right? I mean, we talk about Robert Horry to this day because he got 7
no, come
or
on.
whatever he got.
Come
But
on.
when we start talking about like the legacy, bro, Kobe had to go back and win 2 on his own just because people was talking shit about Shaq having 3 Finals MVPs, bro. Like if the Celtics win the chip and Jason Tatum's not the Finals MVP. Yeah, that's gonna mean something as far as legacy goes, bro. If KD would have won that chip with the Warriors and didn't get Finals MVP, yeah, we would talk about that chip a little different. Promise y'all that, man. Promise y'all that. I think that Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown, it's any given day who's the better player, right? It's a toss-up, dog. And I think I've been saying it. G's been saying it. We've been saying it for a minute, but this playoffs is more evident than ever. Jason Tatum may be a little more skilled on the offensive side of the basketball, the offensive side of the floor. But Jaylen Brown is a way better defender, not just on man, but also team defender. Jaylen Brown's not afraid to jump with somebody with the chance of getting dunked on. Jaylen Brown's not afraid to sacrifice his body for loose balls. Jaylen Brown doesn't give a damn about looking cool, bro. Jaylen Brown's out there trying to win games. And then, if y'all seen that mic'd up, I also saw who the alpha on that team was, bro. And it didn't look like Jason Tatum when they was running that mic'd up. I don't know how closely y'all was watching that coverage. It looked like it was Jaylen Brown.
It's a lot easier to be aggressive defensively night in and night out when you aren't the go-to guy for scoring. When you aren't taking the most shots a game. When the last shot doesn't come down to you, they're not drawing up the play for Jaylen Brown.
Bro, Jaylen Brown won in the game on a play they drew up for him for one. So let's just kill that narrative because this already happened in this playoffs. They drew up the play for him. Jaylen Brown won the game. This last game, down the stretch, end of the game moments, Jason Tatum bricking them. Jaylen Brown like, nah, don't worry. Hits the 3, like, let's go up. What are we doing here?
I'm glad Brooks put that in there. This is the same narrative people had about Pippen. He's actually better than Jordan. He checks the best player. Look what he does when Jordan isn't scoring. Pippen went for 35. It's the same narrative. If you take Pippen off, take Jordan, or you take Tatum off of that team, Pippen was still legit. But he's not. That team is not the same. Absolutely not the same. You take Jaylen Brown off that team's still in the finals.
Like, wait, did he mean Jaylen Brown and not Tatum?
That's false, bro. That's false. You take Jaylen Brown off that team, they probably do not get through. They might not get through Indiana. I don't know, especially with no Porzingis. I'm not buying that, bro. I'm not buying you take Jaylen Brown off that team and Jason Tatum by himself through that whole playoff run. I'm not buying them getting to the conference. To the finals, let alone the Eastern Conference Finals. I'm not buying that, bro. Hell no.
Real quick, there's a couple narratives I got to give pushback for in the convo. So this narrative that, it's not just the narrative we have here, it's a national media narrative as well, that Jaylen Brown is like crazily outscoring Jason Tatum. In these last 2 games, he scored about 8 more points. This last game, he ended with like 21, 22, Tatum at 18. So even with Tatum having a poor game shooting, it's not like Jaylen Brown is carrying all the team on his back with points. Like Jason Tatum
you're talking about Jason Tatum getting a bulk shot of the shot opportunities.
He's leading the team in the bulk of the stats. And also to be fair, because if we're gonna give Tatum hate, which is where this conversation has gone, then we got to talk about Kyrie and Kyrie's poor shooting performance
Well, we're gonna
because
get to that.
Kyrie's
We're gonna get
team
to that.
is
No, we're
down
gonna get to that.
0-2 while
Don't
Tatum's team is up 2-0.
hold up, man. Don't change the narrative here. Let's round out this Jason Tatum. I know that's your guy now too. Y'all, the same guys that love Drake seem to be the same guys that love Tatum. I'm noticing the trend here with these guys. But let's stick to this.
Hey, that's
to
a
this
crazy
topic
trend.
right now. All I'm saying is Jason Tatum, great player. Jaylen Brown, great player. Neither of them is better than great player. All right, they're not legend. They're not all time. They're not that yet. And right now, they on the same level of player, bro. Now you might like the packaging of Jason Tatum better, pause. You might like the step backs better. You know what I'm saying? Some people like the explosive plays of Jaylen Brown better. Some people like seeing blocks at the rim. Man, different strokes for different folks. But I'm telling you, bro, the level of player that we're witnessing out of these two guys is not far off. And I think Jaylen Brown has closed that gap, bro. He's significantly closed that gap. Where Jason Tatum, if he's better, it's by like this much. And it's not no damn Jordan Pippen nothing, bro. It ain't Jordan Pippen, bro. It's nothing like that, bro. Jordan was dominant. Jason Tatum is not dominant, bro. So let's just stop with that.
It just seems to me that people just want to lean towards the player that scores more points, and I get that. I honestly do. But I mean, to say Tatum hasn't been dominant, bro's had a double both games.
Double doubles are
and
not dominant.
One was with rebounds, one was with assists. He's a much more complete player. Fine, if it's not dominant, that's fine. But he is a much more complete player, and he gives you more. Basically, what this boils down to, if you were starting a team and you had to pick between Tatum and Brown, who y'all taking?
Tatum. It's not even close. The offense goes through.
I don't know, bro.
How he's getting assists. That's crazy. The problem with I'm gonna tell you why people are looking at it like this, right? When you are on a team that has a bunch of really good role players, the guy that's the main guy doesn't always get looked at in the proper light. We saw it with the Pistons when they went on their run and they won 2 back-to-back. The guy that was the guy, no, it's this guy. The same thing with the Spurs. Like, because there's so many dominant players on one team, it's like, well, he had this guy, or this guy is just as good, this guy is just as good. Ginobili was never better than Tim Duncan. Never. Not even. Never.
All right, so
no one could ever argue that.
No, that's a good point, T, because people slept on James Harden when it was Westbrook and KD. People didn't realize how nice James Harden really was. People definitely slept on him at that point.
Fact. And pretty soon it was like, we don't know who's better between Westbrook and Harden, right? All I'm saying is, I get T's point, bro. When you have a well-rounded team, it is hard to identify who the absolute best player is, right? And I think, in years past, Tatum, there was a big enough gap offensively that you could point to Tatum. I think Tatum's a better offensive player. I think Jaylen Brown's a much better defensive player, bro. And that shit is showing itself in the finals. And the offensive gap seems to be closing. If Jaylen Brown could just get a left hand, that's all he's missing.
One guy is asked to go play defense because he can't be the guy on offense.
I'm not sure that's the case, bro.
No, that's
I'm not sure that's the case.
Fact.
No, it's because there's another guy that's better than him at offense. I'm not arguing that he's not as good as on offense. Like
at rebounding, he's better than him at facilitating. He's better than him at shooting. He's better than him at every facet of offense.
Okay, hold on. So let me give you the percentage, the field goal percentage, right, for one player, and I'll give you to the other one, and you tell me who's who. Last game, 53. The game before that, 58. Now the other player.
Jaylen Brown has been shooting the ball better because he's been attacking more.
The other player, 27%, 27% the last game, and the first game, 37%. Who should the offense be running through?
The offense should be running through the guy that's winning the games right now. That team has lost 20 games this season running the ball through Jason Tatum. 20 games, including the playoffs. What are we talking about here?
Bro, no one is saying that I'm not saying that Jason Tatum's not better on offense, bro. I'm saying the gap has closed, bro. Bro, Jaylen Brown has shot better than Jason Tatum all season, bruh. The only difference is Jason Tatum gets more shots.
This is like when your girl gets a promotion and she starts saying she can run the household just as good as you. Maybe.
Yeah.
Running the show. Why are we trusting Jason Tatum more than Jaylen Brown? Because the recipe works. It's always worked. Jaylen Brown, last season, true or false, they were saying this guy couldn't even dribble with his left hand.
I'm not saying he's the best offensive player in the world, bro. Jason Tatum is better on offense, bro. I'm never going to argue that.
Bro, who's getting the best defender nightly? From week to week to week to week to week, all season. It's Jason Tatum. So you're getting the second best defender. You're playing off of a lot of driving kicks, bro. Your style of basketball is run to the rim, similar to LeBron, bro. You're supposed to have a high field goal percentage.
Oh my gosh,
you're
how are you supposed to have a high field goal percentage? The man there shot 50% as a guard, bro.
You know why? You know why Dallas isn't winning? It's because their Robin can't shoot the ball.
Okay, and that's what I want to get to. So we'll get back to the Tatum Brown debate. Who's better? We'll get back to that at some point in this series. To T's point, either way though, whoever's better, the recipe works, and they're up 2-0. Now, if you're looking at Dallas, it sounds to me like G thinks Dallas still has a chance in this series. I'm not saying it's over, but it's looking bad for the Mavericks or for Dallas right now. So. What do y'all think needs to happen for Kyrie and Luka to turn this thing around?
Porzingis can't play.
They need to get back home. They need to get back home. That's what needs to happen. One thing already broke their way. That's Porzingis going out because he was the ultimate mismatch. Let's not kid ourselves, bro. Game 1, that they did them dirty. Celtics did the Mavs dirty game 1. And that was all because of Porzingis. Game 2 was a competitive basketball game, bro, to the very end, bro. Very competitive basketball game. Take it back to Dallas. I'm feeling good if I'm the Mavericks. I'm not feeling like, oh my gosh, we're doomed. They just lost the guy who was the biggest mismatch for us. Now we're going back home. What matters is what they can do at home. Going back to Dallas, they should be okay. I think they probably win 2 in Dallas, send it back to Boston. Then who's the pressure on if Dallas wins 2 back-to-back?
Dallas.
We'll see.
This the same Boston that got blown out and people said they gave up. It's been
the same Boston that won 3 straight to tie the series last year against the Miami Heat and they lost Game 7. So I'm
not the same Dallas as last year. It's Drew.
I said it's the same. Boston.
It's not the same Boston.
Okay, plus Drew Holiday. Awesome.
Peace.
Awesome. But guess what? Minus Kristaps Porzingis, who showed me that he was the biggest X factor. So cool. We want to say that plus Drew Holiday, fine. I will agree with that to a certain degree. This is the same core. This is the same core. The same Batman, as you like to call him, that won 3 straight and they got bounced in Game 7. So I don't have a whole bunch of confidence that Boston about to run through Dallas. I'm pretty sure Kyrie will get it going when they get back home. Luka's going to be energized at home. They're going to be getting dunks left and right. Gafford will start getting lobs again. Derek Lively start getting lobs again. Dudes like Derek Jones Jr., who ain't hit shit in this whole series, he'll start knocking random threes. Dudes like Kleber, who can't hit the back of the rim right now, he'll start knocking threes at home. They probably win 2 straight at home and send it to a 5th game in Boston, bro. We'll see, though. That's my guess.
So they just go home. Go ahead, T.
But Drew Holiday is way more valuable than Porzingis. Porzingis has been in and out this lineup all year. And like I said, 18 regular season losses, 2 losses in the playoffs. They'll be fine without Porzingis. And Kevin B, thank you for commenting that. That's the biggest problem. And I said that, and I got laughed at in the group chat. This team tends to play hot hand. They play to whoever the mismatch is. Drew Holiday was cooking last game, so they let him cook. If you want to just see classic basketball where the star player takes every single shot and the team wins or loses, but that's not what any coaches preach on any level. They don't preach that in the NBA to sell tickets, but we all know that's not what basketball is. We all know the harder team to stop is the team where everybody can get it going. But if Dallas really wants to get it going, Kyrie is going to have to be a little bit more alpha and Luka's going to have to be a little bit more of a facilitator. The only way. One thing.
Yeah, I mean, Luka's been a hell of a facilitator, if we're being honest. I mean, Luka's been kind of doing everything for the Mavs. In my opinion, somebody else on the Mavs is going to have to step up, and I'm looking at Kyrie. It's been a lot of talk on this show in the group chat and by plenty of others. Kyrie has a solid fan base about him being, one of the greats of his generation, one of the greats of his era. And here he is against a former squad. We all know how it went with Boston for Kyrie. So this is a pretty big series for him. And to go back to Boston and have the performance that he had, I think that's certainly disappointing. I think not only is this a must win for the Mavs, but in the same way that people on this show have put pressure on Tatum to not only have his team win, but he has to perform well. I don't want to see a Mavs win tomorrow night and Kyrie drop 15 with 4 assists or something. You know what I mean? He needs to be a big part of this thing going forward if Dallas really wants to go for the chip.
Yeah, but Dallas can't win a game with Kyrie only scoring 15 points. That's ludicrous.
Exactly. So he's gonna have, that's my point exactly. He's really gonna have to step up because what did he get last game? 16, 12 before that or something? Like he's basically been a no-show.
Who's the better shooter on Dallas, Kyrie or Luka?
I think at this point,
Luka.
long range shooter, I go with Luka.
Who's better attacker, like beating their man, drawing the defense?
Oh, Luka.
I say Kyrie.
Kyrie.
But that's been Kyrie's problem, bro. Is he hasn't relied on any facilitating whatsoever. Kyrie at his best, bro, is finding open players, bro, and he has not been doing that. He hasn't been doing that at all this series.
How can you facilitate if Luka has the ball for 18 seconds of the 24?
Bro, we know that's not how they play, though, bro. When Luka gets subbed out the game, it's Kyrie's show, and all Kyrie was trying to do in Boston was score points, bro. Like when it was just him, he was not facilitating the way that he had the series before that, at least. And I see that as a big problem. When it's Kyrie time when Luka checks out, bro. That's when Kyrie's got to turn that into his team.
I think they should let Kyrie go the same way they did game 1 in Minnesota. They ran the ball through Kyrie. He scorched Ant, and that opened everything up for everybody else. I think you got to let Kyrie go. Also, bro, Celtics got a bunch of guys that want to play defense, Tatum included. So it's never going to be easy for Kyrie at his size. It's never going to be easy. But I think he has enough ability to get to the rim and find people instead of Luka just backing down or shooting step backs. Like you ain't going to be Boston like that. Luka
I need 5 assists from Kyrie at least, bro. I can't see these 2 assist games, bro. You shoot 19 shots, only giving me 2 assists, bro.
Bro, you put the over for 2.5 assists for Kyrie, you're losing your money.
Right now, you are. But he should be getting 4 to 6 assist range with 25, 30 points, man. And that's what I expect in game 3. And that's what I'm putting my money on. Shout out to the Navajo ones, Kyrie be rocking, or whatever them things called.
Hey, man, one thing, I put it in the group chat, man, and I see this as a basketball coach. When it looks to me that one team really has to work to get buckets and the other team is, they're just playing basketball and they're keeping up, that works tremendously against the team that has to scratch and claw and every shot feels like a big shot. It can't be that way in Dallas. If Dallas wants to win, it has to be the other way. It has to feel like Boston's struggling to create shots and make shots. And Boston hasn't shot well as a team for 2 games. So they got a good game coming. I'm not betting on Dallas to win game 3.
But, bro, that's playoff basketball, bro. Like, I mean, I've seen this so many times. I've watched so many NBA playoff series, bro. I have seen this a million times, bro, where the home team just looks great, bro. Honestly, for most of my life until recently, the home team always won the first 2, and the away team always won the next 2, bro. When it was 2 good teams. Like, that's just how it went for most of my life. Now we in this era where, like, teams be stealing games from each other. But back in the day, bro, this is how it always went. The better team at home always looked amazing. Then when the other team goes home, that first game home, they look amazing. And I expect nothing less from two teams in the finals, bro. Like,
That's a strong point. That's a strong point, Bryce. With that being said, man, let me put y'all boys on the record right quick. I know when the series started, NBA is rigged. That's crazy. Maybe, but I know when the series started, I had it going seven. I had Boston winning it in seven. I'm gonna stick with the seven. I think Dallas probably will pull out these next two home games, and we end up going to seven. So I'm sticking with my prediction. Anybody else feeling a little differently, man? You're on the record right now, so let's hear it.
No, I thought this series would only go 5, and I said maybe, possibly 6, but I thought it would go 5. Porzingis is out, and I still feel the same. 5, maybe 6. Should go 5 though. I disagree with the fact that y'all think these are two good teams playing in the finals. One team shouldn't be there. One team is like a 5th seed. They absolutely shouldn't be there. They snuck past a couple teams to get there. So I don't think there's two juggernauts playing where you can steal games and you're going to win at home for sure. Like I said, I think Boston has a great shooting day coming because they had 2 games in Boston. They haven't shot well. I think they have one where everybody's on fire. Both games have, if you plan the parlays, both games have hit under. There's an over game coming soon, and I don't think that helps Dallas. But we'll see. I still got 5 games.
G, what you thinking?
I was saying 5, but Porzingis clearly still isn't out. They're saying it's questionable. I'm gonna go with 4. And this series a major letdown. 'Cause I thought it was gonna be competitive. It's not even competitive. Come down those last 5 minutes, and besides game one, which was a 20-point blowout, the last 5 minutes was just like it gave
Damn.
you indication
So
last game. This is
so you
gonna go
you
to
said
4.
you said Tatum has been a disappointment, but they gonna sweep them.
Yeah, they're sweeping him. They don't got an answer for Porzingis. And then it's not like fucking Kyrie Irving has been playing great ball.
They don't
That's
seem to
true enough.
they don't seem to have an answer for anyone. That's kind of the problem. It's not like they're defending Tatum awesomely. He's just missing shots. Like I don't know who they're defending. I just saw a montage of Luka letting people run by him today.
But it always looks good when, a team is at home and they've got the momentum and the crowd's going crazy, and that shit always looks great, bro.
But
This is going 7 games, bro. They're gonna go back to Dallas. Dallas is gonna get these 2. We're gonna go back to Boston. It's gonna be 2-2. All right.
People told me Dallas was going to steal one.
They almost did last game, bro. They almost did, and the Celtics got hot late and put it away like they should. I mean, the Celtics not no slouch, but they're a greatly constructed team, bro. And they did what they had to do. But that was a competitive basketball game. We acting like the Celtics just blew them out from start to finish. That's not what happened, bro. Like, I watched that game. That's not what happened.
I don't think the Celtics played good, and that's what I
And
mean.
we both know that the Mavericks didn't play well at all. Kyrie had 14, bro. Kyrie had 14. Derrick Jones Jr. wasn't hitting shit. Clay out there bricking shit. Eric, bro, the Mavericks, no one played good but Luka.
Derrick Jones Jr. relying on Derrick Jones Jr. to hit jump shots.
LeBron had to rely on Boobie Gibson, bro. You rely on whoever you got when you in the finals, bro. Derrick Jones Jr. hits threes for them dudes, bro. Like, I can't. Did you watch the Timberwolves series? Like, he's one of their 3-and-D guys, bro. Like, I mean, I can't. I didn't choose him. I'm just saying, like, I'm not saying you rely on them, but yes, you rely on your role players to play their role. Yes, you do. You have to.
They're gonna have to play a real shooter. They're gonna have to bring Tim Hardaway back because this group they got bench now is trash.
I mean, so tell me why Tim Hardaway Jr. Why hasn't he started?
Out or something. That game was down to the wire. In fact, matter of fact, the Celtics. I mean, the Mavericks cut that jump to like 4 with the minute 5 seconds left. They cut it to 4, and it was looking like, hold up, will they steal one? And that's on the road, bro. With everyone but Luka playing well, bro. So you telling me you don't think Kyrie's gonna have a game where he drops 30?
I think Kyrie has. I think Kyrie gets a game, and I think Luka has a game, and that's why I said maybe.
Right.
But the way I've seen both games, if they got swept, I wouldn't be surprised. If they came out and fell flat in game 3, I would not be surprised.
If they got swept, I'd be shocked.
bro.
If they get swept, I will be shocked, bro. Like I don't see Luka going out. I don't see Luka and Kyrie going out like that, bro. I
This
just don't.
Dallas team so far has not played like they know they can win. They're playing like they're trying like still one for sure. Like maybe we can get them. You can't, bro. It's the finals, bro. You need to come out and go. Like,
But they
and
came out. They came out cooking them in the first quarter of last game, and then
what
the Celtics came back at the end of the first quarter.
what's Luka assist numbers?
He's getting a hell of assists. Triple double last game.
He got a triple double last game.
Going crazy,
Yeah.
bro. Going crazy.
I mean,
Well,
I think triple double is the most overrated stat basketball's ever seen.
Well,
So why the hell you say
Rome told me a
double-double?
double was dominant. So if a
Yeah.
double,
nah, whoa.
Who the fuck said that bullshit?
Hey, nobody said dominant. I didn't. I said it shows that he was a complete player. Let's not clip that one up.
Get the fuck out of
Let's
here.
not clip that one up. Whoa.
that word
Well,
dominant.
Luka is average. Well, remember, game one he only had 1 assist. Game 2 he had 11.
Okay, how many?
Well, look.
how many
If it
How
ends
many
up being a sweep, then the series will be over before we even get back here next week. So I'm hoping for a longer series than that. I'm hoping Dallas will pull something out, so we got a little bit more to talk about this summer. But either way it goes, I'm sure we will be talking about this again next week, and it will be some more
We'll be here for a
some
game.
more fireworks. Yeah, I think so too, Bryce. I think it'll go the other way than you think, but I think we'll be here for a game 7.
have an outdoor party. Drinks on me, food on me. It's not going 7.
Don't say that. I'll pull
Hey, so
up.
you heard
I'll
it.
pull up.
Game 7 at T Boogie's crib is what I'm hearing. That's what I'm hearing. But look, let's keep it pushing real quick, man. I got some topics I'm gonna throw up to y'all, man. I just want you. We do some quick takes, so y'all just give me some thoughts on these sports topic. You know, it was NFL off season, NBA finals. Most of the teams are making moves and stuff. So I'm gonna toss up some of the news items, and y'all just let me know what your thoughts are on them real quick. Let's start with the Lakers coaching job, man. I believe a man from UConn turned it down today, which was a bit of a shock. So I'm gonna start with Coach Boogie on that, man. What are your thoughts on the Lakers coaching search? And did Hurley make the right decision to stay at UConn?
I think he did, because if you're worth that much to the Lakers, you do another good college season, win, get there, you're worth that or more to a city of your choosing. And I think he probably realized it's the LeBron show, so you don't want to, if you can really do a job, you don't really want to go in there and fool around with that guy, the end of his career, the media of LA, TMZ. I think he made a great.
Yeah, I would agree with that, man. I feel like he made a basketball decision and not a personal media type decision. Next topic, man, I want to touch on. I don't know if y'all saw the video or not, but James Harden was at a wedding recently with his girlfriend. His girlfriend called the bouquet, and he had a crazy look on his face. If you haven't seen it, yeah, Bryce is actually pretty spot on with that look. So, G, man, I want to get your thoughts on this, bro. Like, put yourself in a scenario, man. You're at a wedding with your lady. Y'all have been dating for a little bit. It's not too serious, but it's y'all feeling each other. Then she catches the bouquet, bro. Are you making the James Harden face?
Well, I don't know nothing about a bouquet. What is that supposed to mean?
Flowers, man. They throw the flowers means you next to get married.
Yeah, if your girl catch him, that means you next up, bro. You on deck.
Is this like some superstitious shit?
Yes.
Like jumping the broom?
Yes.
Yep.
Well, she getting a prenup, right? I mean,
G would definitely have the James Harden face.
I wouldn't. I just be like, all right. I mean, she my throat goat. At that point, I'm like, prenup, fuck it.
Hey, James Harden definitely was strategizing too, man. My man was all the way in the back too. He was like, yo, it ain't no way she gonna get it back here, but she Randy Moss that shit.
I read something that said that was another basketball player's baby mother and Lou Will's ex-girlfriend as well.
That's why he had
the one
the
that had
face.
2 girls?
Yeah,
That Lou Will?
that was one of his girls. Yeah.
Oh damn! So she would jump. I mean, she probably gonna get married to some ball player. He was more
That's
like, it ain't me.
That explains why she went so hard to catch it.
Yeah,
Pause.
she scooped that thing up like a fumble, boy. Perfect fumble scooping form, man. Get her on the field, bro.
Hey man, all right, yeah. Speaking of scooping up fumbles and getting people on the field, the next quick topic I got for y'all, Justin Jefferson got his bag. I believe he's the highest non-paid quarterback right now, probably in history, because you know how them NFL contracts go; they always get bigger. I don't got the numbers in front of me right now, man, but I know his guaranteed money was definitely not the norm for an NFL contract as well, which I believe is all great because, in my opinion, he's the best receiver in the league. But I want to know what y'all think, Bryce. Is Justin Jefferson deserving of this money, or did they overpay this man?
Hey, bro. If there's anybody that's deserving of the bag, it's Justin Jefferson, man. That boy is spectacular, man. Definitely the best, one of two best receivers in the league. Y'all know I've been putting Tyreek Hill as my number one for the past few seasons, but Justin Jefferson definitely is challenging him for that title. And he's young. He's young, man. To be doing it this on this level this soon in his career is impressive. I think if anyone deserved it, it's Justin Jefferson, and they're entering a new era where they don't have their quarterback anymore that was with them for the last few seasons. So you got to have somebody that you can rely on in that passing game. And Justin Jefferson is quarterback friendly. It didn't matter who they was throwing in there. Whenever Kirk Cousins got hurt, Justin Jefferson is still going over a buck, right? So I think it's money well spent, if you ask me.
Yeah, I would tend to agree with that too, man. It will be interesting though to see how they move forward because most teams don't pay the receiver like a quarterback. So we'll see how they build around that in the future. But we got some time for the NFL. But I do got another NFL question, and this one is for G because your boy Waller, Darren Waller, man, he retires on y'all after 9 seasons. I think he's gonna go do some auto tune T Pain type music stuff. I don't know. Maybe you could let me know, G. What's going on?
So I'm hearing reports that he's going to be a TikTok dancer. He's trying to do the follow up to Dancing with the Devil Part Two. I'm hearing he's trying to get his shorty back with the boombox outside the crib. But these are just reports. These are all alleged stories. But I hope he's doing great because I know he's been battling drug addiction for some time. So I wish him nothing but the best, but nothing but the best, man. And this is where like you got to take athlete out of the picture and look at the person. So I wish him nothing but the best. I wish he gets his family back. You know what I mean? Because nobody wants to see another man lose his family, especially not with a fucking auto tune video and my man crying on the beach, laid out. I'm like, this is not who mans is this? But you know what I mean? But I wish him nothing but the best, man. I wish he gets his shorty back. Like every real man will say, I want my bitch back. And that's what he's trying to do, trying to get his bitch back.
Nah, definitely. I appreciate when people are can recognize when they need to step away from the game because not everybody can do that. It's not an easy thing to do when you get to the pro level. But life is life, and sometimes it's better to step away than to try to push through certain things. So
I got
definitely
a
respect to
question.
him for that.
Do how is the pension thing for the NFL players? I know NBA you have to play 10 years to qualify to get a pension. For football players, how many is it?
Isn't it 5?
It should
That's a
be
good
three
question,
games.
G.
They should get a pension after 3 games, man.
It's 4 or 5.
Uh,
It's low.
as long as he qualified for a pension, man, I hope he be all right. He should be somewhat all right. Give him some cash.
Yeah, definitely, definitely. All right, and last little quick topic, man. I heard the NBA commissioner a couple days ago speaking on the potential of an expansion, expanding the NBA. I know all three of y'all are big basketball fans, so I'm gonna toss this to all three of y'all real quick because I just want to hear y'all thoughts on
Pause.
this one. Uh, what if the
Super
NBA
pause.
were to expand, right? If the NBA were to expand, what city would you want to see them in? It doesn't have to be limited to America because they said they're also looking overseas. So, would you want to see them go back somewhere? Would you want to see them go somewhere new? Jump ball on that one.
I want to go back to Jersey needs another team. I'm mad that they went to fucking Brooklyn, and I want to see Seattle get a team back again.
Yeah, I'd actually love to see Seattle. The Supersonics was one of my favorite squads back in the day.
I was out in Seattle not too long ago, and to see a city that's that expensive, that nice, that clean, with no NBA team is kind of crazy, bro. bro. It's a beautiful city, man. You would think they would have an NBA team.
Bro, people hate Seattle.
Yeah, I mean, only reason I hate it is because it's crazy expensive, bro. I called an Uber from the airport to my hotel. They wanted $72, bro. I was in LA the night before. They only needed like $50, and in Seattle they want 72. I'm like, what's going on here, bro?
Seattle, it's the weather though. A lot of people hate the weather.
Rains a lot.
Yeah,
You know
I
what?
mean, that shouldn't be a problem for the NBA though.
it'd be a problem for fans.
I wouldn't mind seeing the NBA going to another small market, bro. I really rock with how the small markets take to their teams, man. Being in some of these smaller cities like an Indianapolis or like how Oklahoma City goes for their squad, man. Like I can't even think of like a small market city right now that would be a good fit. But like, you know, there's some cities out there that had NFL teams that you just wonder like who do they root for when it comes to basketball? Who is Kansas City going for in basketball? You know what I'm saying?
Bulls,
Yeah, that's fine.
Bucks.
Well, like,
Lakers.
yeah.
Me personally, the last thing I want to do is see more small market teams. I prefer to see. I got two locations in mind: major markets and places that people actually do want to travel for various reasons. First, and this should be no surprise, Toronto. Toronto.
They already got one.
Oh,
Wait, are we just forgetting?
Yeah, they got the Raptors. Like shit.
A couple of years.
Yo, what? So this
He
is
said
like
they need two.
Toronto.
Let Drake own his own squad.
Hey, look, he want Toronto to get the Clippers. That's how much this man love Drake. But he want Toronto to get the Toronto
The
Owls.
OVO Owls.
Get the Owls, man. That's what you're begging for. Damn.
Jeez. I'm like, what the fuck?
Crazy.
You know, I thought you were gonna say Las Vegas.
no. Hey, no, I
Toronto
was,
need a second one.
because I want Toronto to get a football team, but no, for basketball, I want them to Mexico City.
That's a good one.
I want them to have a team in Mexico City because I think that's a destination that people would enjoy going to watch other teams play. You know what I'm saying?
Good luck getting out of there. Get out of that stadium.
Mexico City's cool. Mexico City ain't.
All right, bro.
But do you see? I'm partial Mexicans, but do you see them when it comes to soccer and how the fans be throwing it down, paws, be trying to kill each other? They be riots in the middle of a soccer game.
Yeah,
Imagine if you fall that much in love to basketball.
Yo,
It's over.
y'all heard about the what Josh Jacobs was saying? The NFL got that game in Brazil, and they were talking about the Packers and the Eagles, I think, and the colors and what not to wear and shit. You gotta be careful, man. That's something that goes into play that a lot of fans don't think about is the culture of that actual city and that area, and how that would affect a ton of stuff, really. Because like to G's point, they get really wild about soccer down there, really wild.
So what's your second team? What's your second city now?
I only have
Where would I want to see them?
No, it was supposed to be two.
It's going to Vegas though, bro. That team going to Vegas, bro. Like they definitely gonna give a team to Vegas, no question, no doubt in my mind. And I think that's gonna be a good destination, bro. Like who's not gonna want to go see their team play the Vegas team, bro? That's gonna be like it's gonna be.
I think Vegas is a bad idea for basketball.
Why? Every other sport there now, bro. Why? Like
Yeah, I thought it was a bad idea for the Raiders to go back, but it seems to be working
It
out.
was though.
Ow.
Riggs.
How's it working out? Didn't
It's
Henry?
probably working out financially. They didn't go to Vegas to win games. Like,
Oh, I feel like didn't they have the All-Star game in Vegas and then Vegas was like, nah, never again? Or am I making that up?
I think you're making that up.
You sure? I thought I saw something that said Vegas was like, nah, this is too much riffraff. Like, bro, Vegas can get really tricky for sports betting, for all sorts of underground activities. I don't know if I want to see a basketball team out 50, 60 games. What was it, 40, 50 games in Vegas? That could get crazy.
Yeah,
Yeah, because they do like their hockey there now, and the women's basketball team.
they got all the major sports now, bro.
I think it's inevitable.
And they're missing the baseball team and the basketball team. Baseball, I think, is going to be a hard sell in Vegas because nobody wants to play baseball in the summer in 108-degree weather. That's going to be insane. But basketball, I think it's an easy sell, bro. And I think, like, That's gonna be crazy tourism, bro. Like people are already going to Vegas just for the hell of it, man. The summer league goes crazy in Vegas every year, bro. I wish I could catch a game out there. I'm going to Vegas this year, but I'm gonna miss summer league. But so the NBA already got some roots there, man. I think it's a pretty seamless fit. Pretty sure that's gonna be the first location for the expansion. But to Rome's point, though, and y'all know, like I've been a proponent for this for a while, and we see where basketball is going, right? Like, let's really expand and let's find out who the best basketball team ever is. I think what the NBA needs to do is to stop focusing on expanding the NBA and let's get a Champions League going, bro. Let's let the 4 finals teams, the 2 conference finals on each side, both Western Conference Finals, Eastern Conference Finals. So that's 4 teams there. Let's take the champion of the Euro League, the champion of the Adriatic League, or the champion of the Spanish League, and all this. Man, let's put them all in a tournament, bro. Let's get a Champions League of basketball. And
They got that already.
They don't have that for basketball.
Yeah, they do. It's called the Olympics.
Bro, but that's not a Champions League because that's not champions playing each other. That's just countries. So they have the Olympics in soccer too, right? But they also have the Champions League in soccer where the actual club teams go into a tournament and play each other. I'm talking about like the best teams all across the world in basketball. Put them in a tournament. I think that would be dope, and I think that would get the eyes and the exposure that basketball is looking for. Maybe the NBA, maybe they lose something in the process there, so it might not be something they want. But I would love something like that, especially considering I think it would be dope because of the clash in play styles, right? And I think that's what I would want to see the most.
I think you on to something, but I think I'm not thinking Champions League. I'm thinking more of your G League should be playing international schedule.
Well, that would be cool too. But one of the best things about like overseas soccer, especially, right, is that these teams in these large leagues like Premier League, right, you can play yourself out of the league, right? Or you can play yourself if you're one of the lower teams on a lower tier team, you can play yourself into the top league, right? So imagine if the champion of the G League got to play the Wizards, and winner goes to the NBA, and loser got to go to the G League. Like the shit gonna get real competitive, and that's how it goes overseas, where it's like that's some real dog eat dog type shit. And I think that would be kind of dope for NBA, man.
I think you're definitely on to something, Bryce. I think that would work perfect for basketball. I think that would work perfectly for basketball.
No, because they already got that. What exposure the NBA doesn't have? It has it everywhere.
What, the NBA?
Yeah, not the WNBA. That's this idea works better for them.
Well, maybe
because but for men, who doesn't know about the men's?
No, it's not about who doesn't know, but you got to make your shit more interesting, bro. And the NBA is already trying to do that with the mid-season tournament. We've seen them trying to pull strings to make things a little more interesting, bro. But the problem with the mid-season tournament is it doesn't mean shit. Like, I think the mid-season tournament would have been lit if, like, you win the mid-season tournament, you automatically go to the playoffs. Or you automatically, you know what I'm saying? Like, something like that.
But it did mean something. Think about it. If the Lakers didn't win that in-season tournament, they wouldn't have had enough games won to make it to the play-in.
No,
think about it like that.
Last couple games don't count.
Yes, they do. They did count.
Nah, bro. I think I still.
Nah, that in-season tournament, those games, the championship game counted for the record.
I don't know. The in-season tournament for me, it was lit when in the moment when it was happening, but once they raised up that banner, it all felt kind of dumb. And then once they got to the play-in, and they got fucking punked, man. Like it was like so you won a little participation trophy earlier in the season.
Like the one you got behind
calories. You got to make it mean something, bro. Like overseas basketball. Overseas sports has figured out how to make every game and every moment mean something, bro. Like even for the worst teams, because if you're one of the worst teams, you can get bounced to their version of the G League, right? So it's like, everybody got to stay sharp as they can at all times. And I feel like that's the problem with the NBA is there's literally incentives to lose. You know what I'm saying? Like let's get rid of that shit and let's make it so if you lose, all right, now you're in tier 2. Good luck getting back to tier 1. You know what I'm saying? That would be lit.
Yeah, no, that's we'll definitely keep an eye on any expansion, any expanding that the NBA does. My bet though would be that they put a team in Vegas, probably sooner rather than later. Especially since what we're about to talk about next is the WNBA. They already got a team in Vegas, and that's the Aces, man, with my girl Asia Wilson. And I want to start there real quick, man, because in my opinion, and I'll be fair, this is definitely the most WNBA I've watched ever in my entire life. So you know what I'm saying? Like, call me a casual if you must. But in my opinion, from what I've seen this season, she's the best player playing right now. You know what I'm saying? So if I had to give you got the king in the NBA, she's the queen of the WNBA. So jump ball. If anybody has a better player, a player they want to put out there to say that she's on that level, let's discuss that real quick.
There's only one player that I could say is like has shown me something. Um, it's no player on Asia's level, right? They're just isn't. They're just isn't. Let's be honest first of all, because I don't want to sound like I'm, what I'm saying, talking out the side of my neck because Asia's so good right now that it's just like I don't know, bro. She's on another level. But there is one player that's really been showing me something this year, and that's my girl Collier, man. The Feature Collier, she going crazy, dog. So there's one player I'd say like that I've really enjoyed watching this year so far. It would be Collier. Um, but Asia Wilson is no question the best player in the WNBA. Like she deserves more hype. She's putting up crazy numbers. Now they did get stopped by Seattle in that cup, in that Commissioner's Cup. That's another team that's got another league that's got an in-season tournament. But yeah, bro, Asia Wilson's unstoppable, bro.
Yeah, man. I tend to agree with that. She's not looking too hot right now in her game against the against the Lynx. But T, man, what are your thoughts on Asia Wilson? Is she the best player in the WNBA, or am I just a casual?
Nah, she's a dog, man. She's absolutely a dog. But like I think I spoke on this last week. Her game isn't really exciting unless you're a basketball purist, and uh, typically the sports purists don't dictate what happens in the sport. The fan base is mostly casual, so while she is the best, uh, that's not what's selling the league right now. She was the best last year. You know what I'm saying? And it didn't move the needle at all. So shout out to her because she is the best, and I think you gotta respect that. But I'm just waiting for the. Honestly, I'm. It looks like they're starting to get here, but the next crop that plays a style of basketball that the fans want to see. You know what I'm saying? But no, she's definitely the best, and you know she has all the accolades going back to high school.
Yeah, we'll get to the needle movers here in a couple minutes. G man, we're talking the women's NBA, bro. Who is your who's your top player in the women's NBA?
You said Caitlin Clark? Yeah, that's my top girl right there. The big homie Caitlin. Yeah,
You
I'm
know
a
what, man?
casual motherfucker as ever. If this is a casual
Let's
moment
just
right
get into
here,
it because I was
I'm a
honestly
casual.
I was attacked this over the past week by some casual Caitlin Clark's fans, who I gotta say, man, they're worse than Taylor Swift fans. I didn't think there was a fan base out there. They're like the Beehive. They're like Nicki's fan base. You know what I mean? Like
The
they're over
barbs.
the top with it, right? So Caitlin Clark,
You
if
said they're like
y'all,
you said they're like the Drake fans.
oh this guy.
No, there's some freaky ass boys.
Hey, so if y'all haven't noticed, Caitlin Clark has been left off the Olympic team, right? And a lot of people are up in arms about that. And there's a lot of fair reasons. People say, as to T's point, she's a needle mover. People watch the game because of her. They like her style of play. So let's get into it. What do y'all think? Should Caitlin Clark have been on the Olympic team? Is it fair or foul that they didn't put her on there? Bryce, I'll start with you.
Bruh, hell no. Have you seen that Olympic team, bruh? Hell no, Caleb Clark should have been on that team. I mean,
Bro,
if the Olympics cared about selling tickets, maybe, but like, bro, that team is ridiculous, bruh. It's all the best players in the league, no slouches. I mean, listen, bruh, Collier, who I just raved about, Kalia Cooper. You want her over Kalia, bro? Chelsea Gray, Brittany Griner. Come on, bro. We're not gonna have Griner out there. Ionescu, we think she's better than Ionescu right now. She's not better than Sabrina, bro. Jewel Lloyd, Kelsey Plum, Brianna Stewart, bro. Stop, bro. No, she does not deserve to be on that team yet. One day she'll be there. Caitlin Clark still got some ways to go before she's one of the best players. She's not one of the best players in the WNBA, bro. Like, is she one of the most popular? Yes. Is she one of the most polarizing? Yes. Is she one of the biggest attractions? Absolutely. But best players, bro? Hell nah. Stop with that. I mean, if anyone should have a bigger issue with this, it's Arike. Arike's second leading scorer in the WNBA right now. She's not even on the team. Like, come on, man. What's that?
I think she's playing for Nigeria.
Yeah, I was gonna say that. I heard she is gonna play for Nigeria. So
well, I think that was a decision that may have been made off the fact that she didn't make the USA team, bro. Because I remember reading an article about her being a snub too. So I don't know, man.
All right, I got a question, right? In the original Dream Team, right? Would you guys take anybody out in that original Dream Team?
Yes.
All right. You had two. You could take out like two players, right?
Yeah.
Right. And what happened to the NBA? It got better, right? People wanted to watch the NBA because of that, right? Because of that Dream Team, right?
Right.
So why the fuck didn't the Olympic Committee for the women did the same shit? These girls are complaining about not getting paid because for whatever reason. And the moment you have the biggest star in the women NBA right now, you don't put her on that team.
NBA is crazy,
bro. I'm with G. That's absolutely crazy.
This is the dumbest shit these people did. These women complain about not getting paid, but yeah, no wonder you're not getting paid because you don't have the notoriety. You don't have that. You're not playing your biggest star. Basketball. She could have sat on the bench and people would still been watching.
Here? Are we trying to be a biggest star? Or are we trying to win gold medals?
Yes, you want to get the biggest star.
Bro, the Olympics is about winning gold medals. The WNBA is about making money. The Olympics is about bringing home the gold.
No.
No, it's not. That's cap.
That Olympic team, bro. The Olympic team would win with the third best five. They would still win. We're going to get the gold medal regardless. What are they? 205 in the last 10 years.
Yeah.
Right. Why would you not have Caitlin Clark going out there, because we're going to beat people by 40, shooting 40-foot threes, like giving the fans what you want to see, growing the sport even more? Do you want to do what's right by basketball, or do you want to be a business? That's what it's going to come down to. Do you want to be a business? Because we watch every other sport make decisions to grow the business. They took hand checking out to grow the business. They get players back from suspension to grow the business. They take drug tests under the table and change things so people can stay on the floor, stay on the field to grow the business. Bro.
They let Aaron Rodgers get away with not wearing a mask or having a COVID shot.
The business of the Olympics is going to be just fine without Caitlin Clark, bro.
But it doesn't translate to the business of the Olympics. It translates to the business of the WNBA. And that's what you guys are not seeing.
Not the Olympics, bro.
Yes, they are.
No, they're not. They're not the
same.
So
then why the fuck did the NBA all of a sudden say, you know what, we're going to intervene with the men's basketball Olympics team and send out Jordan and them guys?
Bro, Christian Laettner being on the Dream Team, he was the worst player on the Dream Team, bro.
And Stockton.
Worst career of the Dream
Stockton
Team.
Should have been there. Stockton should have been there against Isaiah Thomas.
Take Chris. Y'all want Christian Laettner on the Dream Team? That's what y'all want? That's what y'all want so badly? Because he was a big attraction coming out of Duke, and that's how he got on the team, bro. Look how his career ended up. I'm not saying that's Caitlin Clark, of course not. She's gonna have a good WNBA career, but I'm just saying, bro, like you have to at some point merit should mean something, bro. Everyone on the women's Olympic team is there off merit, what they've done for in the game of basketball at the professional ranks. Their resume stacks up as an Olympian, bro. Like you don't.
Man, I hate you kind of people, man. I hate you kind of folks. When y'all want to start putting deeds, oh, you got to do it the right way. Because when you do it the NBA way, which how they did it, it wasn't about merit. It was just about putting a good product, putting stars. No one said nothing about that. All of a sudden, you want to put merits. Why put merits on the women? It's like you're trying to handicap them. Why do it?
You
Bro,
said
what do you mean put merits on the women, bro? You don't just people don't just make the men's. Now, okay, I know for a while there was a tradition with the men's team. They would throw one rookie on there. I get that, but that's not the tradition of the women's team, bro.
But
So
take it away. Tradition don't
so
matter when you're not getting money.
this is
You,
this is the dumbest thing to me. It does not matter who the best lyricist is, who's the better rapper, who sells the most. It does not matter who's the best basketball player. Who do the fans want to see? Who's growing the sport? We just went over this. Asia Wilson was a dog last season. Nothing changed. You have a supernova. I would have put her and Angel on that team. I thought it was a huge missed opportunity. You have an opportunity to get fans and eyes that won't watch a WNBA game, but they're gonna watch NBC or whoever has the rights to the Olympics to watch them.
Yeah.
You had a chance to get a new market. You had a chance to get younger fans see Caitlin Clark and Angel Reese in the Olympics.
To your point though, do you think that the committee that picked this team might have had that in mind, and maybe their thinking is, let's get these girls, because a lot of the players that Bryce named have been in the league, they have experience. So maybe the thinking was, hey, we're gonna have a lot of eyes on the product. Let's get these girls who have been busting their ass for years. Let's get them some shine. Maybe let's get Asia Wilson the shine that she should have had.
that doesn't matter to these dudes, wrong. They don't care about that, bro. All they care about is putting a star up. So let's say Caitlin Clark was averaging 5 points this year, but she still came with all the fanfare of Caitlin Clark. Should she still be on the team?
yes.
That's the problem with y'all, bro. This is what I'm getting at. They don't actually care about the sport. See, because the people that are choosing who goes on the team, bro, they care about the quality of the sport. The quality. Y'all care about the sideshow of the sport. Y'all
To
care
Bryce's
about
point,
the of the sport, which I get too. I think it needs to go hand in hand at some point, right? But there are purists out there.
But this is the point. But this is the point. You said some point, but this is your point to do that.
No, it's already happening in the WNBA, bro. It's growing.
If Caitlin Clark was on the team, right? If she was on the Olympic team and she played in the Olympics and she was complete trash, how would that help? Would that still help?
Bro, she didn't get any minutes. Like, would that help?
Team are beating people by 40 and 50. Even if she was complete trash, she's better than.
Let's keep it all the way 100 though, because this is how it will really go, bro. I think y'all. I understand what y'all are saying about growing the game and the money wise. I agree with that completely. I personally would have put Caitlin Clark on the team and probably just set her on the bench. I might not have played her, but I would have done that knowing that it would have came with crazy controversy because of the fan base, the fanfare around Caitlin Clark. No matter what you do, look at it, if she's snubbed, right? Bryce named all those great players. People feel like it's ridiculous because she was snubbed, even though all those players are way better than her. If you put her on the team, all right, well, now you snub somebody else legitimately to put her on the team. So now you got to deal with that. But at the same time, all right, so she's on the team. Well, we can't just not play her because that's going to look crazy. So now we're playing her over somebody else, or we're like to T's point, we're waiting until we're up 40 and we're putting her in the fifth quarter like it's a middle school football game. To which her fans are going to act like you're still disrespecting her because she's the best according to the casuals like G. So I agree that she should have been on there to grow the game and just for the eyes and the spectacle. But I also disagree because I think people are starting to see that this is more than just a basketball conversation or, oh, people are hyped to see Caitlin Clark type of conversation. There's a certain demographic that's hype about it, and they're so hype about it. They're rabid about it, if we're being honest. And this Caitlin Clark thing is going to go a lot of ways. It's not over yet.
If she really wants to play, tell her to do her ancestry.com and play with Norway or something. Get on that team, yo. Get on that Olympic team and do what you got to do. You know, but it ain't happening here, bro. It ain't happening in the US of A.
Caitlin Clark's fan base is the heart and soul of the MLB. They are also the heart and soul.
Oh my gosh, this is cap, bro. This is cap.
They are also the heart and soul of.
G is the heart and soul of the MLB. So don't let him talk to you like that.
Hold on. They are also.
But he ain't wrong. Caitlin Clark is the reason why they're making these girls play in bigger stadium.
They're the heart and soul of the NFL. That fan base is needed. I don't care what their values are. I don't care what their principles are. If you want to grow the sport, Bryce used a very good term, the quality of the sport. He said those guys don't care about the quality of the sport. You didn't care about the quality of the sport before Caitlin Clark played. Rome didn't care about the quality of the sport before Caitlin Clark. You know what I'm saying?
Facts.
What was the quality of the weight rooms before Caitlin Clark? What was the quality of how the media coverage before Caitlin Clark? Bro, we saw what they did to the women during COVID. We saw their accommodations. So if you cared about the quality of the sport, you would care that the person bringing up the quality of the sport should be artificially inflated.
But we're talking about two different things, bro. Because now we're talking about WNBA versus Olympics, and these are two different things, bro. WNBA is a certified business, bro. Hold on. The Olympics is getting eyes no matter what, dog. I don't care, bro. Olympics getting
to go hand in hand.
Viewers, what made people what, bro?
Bryce,
who was in charge of the basketball on the Olympic Committee?
Women's, I don't know.
It's a bunch of women that are in college or professional. Like, it's the same people. It's the same faces, same names. Like, it's not like there's an independent branch saying this roster needs to be constructed this way. No. We appoint people that, oh, you're good in basketball, you know basketball, boom, boom. People in the know are making these decisions. And I think when you look at the names, because I saw the list, I can't remember the name, but I think Don State is one of them. I think they purposely said, listen. I think they purposely said, we're going to go basketball first. We're going to do the people that earned it first. And that's not how life works, bro. That's not how business works. The guy that when I was at UPS, when I led my group in loading the trucks, they didn't say, hey, bro, you outloaded everybody in the hub, you get a promotion. That's not how that worked.
That's true. And that's why the WNBA is working how it's working right now. But the Olympics, right?
It's failing miserably.
Hold on. The Olympics by nature should not be working like a business like the NBA. The Olympics is a committee based on countries, bro. Based on the countries that are sending out these teams, bro. These countries should have an obligation to send out the absolute best team they can send out, no matter what. Depending the popularity of the player.
One more thing I want to ask TNG real quick about this.
Real quick, I got a question. If Olympic boxing sent out Logan Paul or Jake Paul, would you feel good about that, G? Would you be like, yeah, we got Jake Paul? No, bro, we would be embarrassed because I don't care who that no-name boxer is that they sending out there. He the best boxer U.S. got to represent him, bro. And that's why I want to see boxing against Cuba, bro. I don't want to see Jake Paul running out there just because he's the most popular boxer in the world when we know he ain't a boxer.
You know what sport they do it in? Because I think you think across the board the best player plays in the Olympics. That's not how it is, bro. You know what sports they do it in? Swimming. You know what sports they do it in? Track. You think Shakira, you think Justin Gatlin and all them be the fastest on every single relay that they're on? Allison Felix, bro. People run better times and end up as alternates in track. Look it up.
Yeah, they got qualifiers in track. You have to qualify.
People qualify. Why don't the 4 fastest times run?
That's only on the relays. That's on the relays. When we're talking about because the relay is a team that has to.
I'm talking about the team portion. And people watch the relay.
You're talking about the 4x4 relays.
I'm talking about the 4x1, 4x2, 4x4, the most
popular. Right. Because that does have chemistry that goes into it, right? So if you are one of the 8 fastest people and you 4 have been running the joint and y'all have the chemistry to pass the baton, I can understand that. But as far as running the 400, running the 200, running the 100, if whoever's the fastest gets to go run, bro. Just come on, bro. What are we talking about?
You're talking about the individual sport. I'm talking about the team side. The same thing.
You brought up the individual sport.
Boxing is an individual.
No, Bryce.
Bro, okay.
Again, bro, okay. If they marched out Jake Paul to go box against Cuba's best, I'd be embarrassed for my country.
Yo, stop putting individual sports. Listen, the NBA got involved with the Olympics, and what happened to basketball? Basketball grew because the NBA and the Olympics.
Okay, but that's what I wanted to ask. That's what I wanted to ask you and TG. Does Caitlin Clark not being on the Olympics, does that hurt the WNBA?
Yes.
No.
No, it doesn't.
It
That's
does.
where that's why I said Caitlin Clark's fan base is gonna take these things to heart too much, and they're gonna be too rabid about
Yeah.
it
Okay.
because
Hold on.
her
Hold on.
not
Hold on.
being
Hold
on
on.
the
Hold on. Hold on.
Olympics
Hold on. Hold on.
doesn't
Wrong.
change the attendance for the
Wrong.
WNBA. Y'all are still gonna like it's like B said in the comments, they weren't gonna fly to Paris anyway. Y'all are
Yes, they
still gonna
were.
stay and watch all her Indiana Fever
Bro,
games. You're
these
gonna
fans
sell
are
out
filling
the
out
Mystic
stadiums.
Stadium.
They're filling out arenas. They're not. These
Yeah,
guys.
and
Okay,
they
so
still
so you
will,
don't think they're gonna go out?
regardless of her
Okay,
roster
then this is
spot.
these are quotes from the NBA where they said the reason why our game grew was because the Olympics. So the best thing that the WNBA had a chance to grow is through the Olympics,
Olympics. Same
and they
thing
fucked it up.
with the
Because the
NBA.
biggest star that you have in the U.S.
No,
market, you're not
I
sending it out
disagree.
there.
I think what they did
What do
is
you
they put
mean? The
it's
NBA
not
said
it.
this.
The
So
NBA,
this is the last Olympics. This is the last Olympics. We never gonna have another Olympics because I'm pretty sure we're gonna do it again in about 4 years. And you
Thank
know
you.
who's gonna be on the team in about 4 years? Caitlin Clark. And you know who's gonna be the undisputed best women's basketball player at that point in time? Caitlin
no,
Clark, bro. And it won't even be a discussion.
no,
You
no, no.
can't say that because these women could be pregnant in the next 4 years and they ain't playing.
You
And what the
guys,
fuck are we talking about?
you
Fuck is
guys,
you talking about?
bro,
You
you
got a
guys are
chance
off putting
now. You go. If you have something now that's hot and burning, you go and you put it out there. Fuck is
facts.
y'all talking about? It's like when you got. I'm gonna put it in Lane's term. When you got that good dope, you gonna throw
Okay.
that
So
shit out there quick. Cause that shit gonna coming back times
to that
10.
same point then. So she's hot right now, right? So you send her out there right now. Like I said earlier, she ends up being trash, right? Let's
But
go with
she's
that
not gonna be
scenario.
trash.
And then she
How
never
you
okay. In the
see?
same
I
way
hate
that
the
you can
fact that
so
you
if you're
guys are
telling
just
me
alluding that she's gonna be garbage all of a sudden, and
if
like the
you're
rest of the
telling
team is
me
just
well
ass
you're
too.
telling me that
What are
in
you
four
talking
years
about?
you're telling me that there's no guarantee in 4 years that she's the undisputed best basketball player in the
Because in
WNBA,
women's
right?
sports, there's
You're
something
telling
called
me that
trying to
that's
be a
not a
mother,
guarantee,
and
but
that's
it's also
why.
not a guarantee that she'll be trash. Like we don't know how she's gonna pan out
No,
if that's how
bro.
we're playing it.
And this is what I want to say. Y'all operate under three, I think, terrible assumptions. One assumption is that the WNBA teams, I mean, the when they get to the Olympics, you swap out Caitlin Clark for somebody, that team still doesn't win by 50 and 60 every night. They absolutely would because everybody else is that good.
They would. They would.
Everybody,
Yeah.
hold on. Everybody else is so good that this woman will come in, even if she was a shell of herself, could still put up 20 points, even if she was a shell of herself, because that's how far the world is behind the WNBA. It's not like the men's. The world's crazy behind the women's. That's why they can leave and make so much money. Two, the assumption that Caitlin Clark won't fizzle out or can become the best player, also untrue, bro. When the game is growing, when the game is growing, we have players that got to see Caitlin Clark, got to see how she practiced, got to see uh, Asia, got to see Angel. There's a crop coming in, Juju. There's a crop coming in that are targeting these players. So you don't just get to be Caitlin Clark, college princess.
Bro, they're targeting Caitlin Clark right now.
That
Like
they're
that's more of the uproar right
yeah,
there.
but
Let I
players
don't want to put you on
are
the spot, but in your opinion, in the next 4 years, will Caitlin Clark be a top five WNBA player?
no, no, absolutely not.
Well, then she doesn't
I
deserve to be on the Olympic team.
bro, I see no,
But
I
he
see
just said it's not about what you deserve.
how
Nah, bro. So you're telling me that she's just popular and that she's never gonna be a top player. So then she's a fugazi, is what
hey,
I'm hearing.
hey,
No,
listen,
that's not. You're just putting
Yeah,
words because the way you want to listen to them.
bro. No, I'm
No
not
one
putting
said none
words.
of those words.
You,
Your whole
bro.
assumption
He
is
just
that she's
said
gonna go. Your whole assumption
she's the
is
most
she's gonna
popular
start and she's gonna
player,
just
but
suck.
she won't ever
How?
be a top five
How?
player. She'll
Your
just be the
whole
most
assumption is
popular.
she's gonna fail. Your whole thing about her, she's just gonna be a bust, and that's
Terry,
what you want to say. Then just say it. Don't beat around the
Hey,
bushes.
Terry McLaurin's really popular in DC, but he's not a top five receiver.
he's not,
That's what I'm saying.
he's not.
But he's not.
Uh, Okay, so that's what you're saying. Caitlin Clark
You
basically
finally
is.
said a Snapple fact. You
She's
happy?
just gonna be another player. So what's
I don't
outside of popularity? There's
I
no reason for her to be on the team.
I don't know that Caitlin Clark maintains her popularity. Like it's not unreasonable that this is just a flash in the pan for the WNBA, especially if they're going to carry on the way they're carrying on. Bro, it makes no sense that when you get somebody that has single-handedly grown the sport to not artificially inflate them. It makes no sense. Why do you think women ended up with the Spurs? You thought that was an accident? You thought it was an accident that Patrick Ewing went to the Knicks? Bro, nobody runs their league with integrity. Like, nobody runs their league on merit. Like,
bro, but the Olympics is not a league, bro. This is the part that y'all are missing that me and Rome are trying to say, bro. The Olympics is not the Olympic team job to grow the WNBA. The Olympics has
It is, though.
No, it's not.
If the NBA said it was for them, it was their job to do it. So all of a sudden, it's not for the women to do it? Come on now. That's just being biased. That's just trying to find a reason to make it all about integrity. Life is not about nothing in life is fair, cuz. And if it was, we all be rich.
The Olympics has a duty to the country, which is to put the best.
No, it don't, man. It never did nothing good for the country.
If the Olympics cared about popularity, Jake Paul would be the boxer, and Mike.
No, man, you just putting bullshit up, bro.
I just watched the Olympics let Marion Jones steroid her way through, bro. Like, you're not about to tell me all of this stuff is run with integrity. It's absolutely not. The Olympics grew. Michael Jordan and the Olympics grew basketball into a global sport. The WNBA does not have a Michael Jordan yet, but they for damn sure have a Larry Bird.
Bro, but Michael Jordan, man, no. See, this is the other part, right? Larry Bird was Larry Bird because him and Magic were battling for championships, bro. He didn't just drop and become Larry Bird and all of a sudden, let's promote Larry Bird because he's Larry Bird. No, bro.
No. All right.
He was great. He was great. So y'all want to promote the greatness before it's great.
We gotta put a pause on that right quick.
Like that, the WNBA like that, I'm all for it. Let's get some money.
If it's my
Bryce,
it doesn't and shouldn't work like that, bro. No.
Bryce, we can't let T get away with that, bro. You can't tell me that Caitlin Clark is
just nobody. He was just Larry Bird. He was on some Caitlin Clark shit as Larry Bird. No, bro.
We're not comparing Caitlin and Larry Bird if Caitlin's not gonna be a top 5 player, bro. Like, Larry Bird is one of the GOATs. So you're telling me
Michael Jordan was in the Olympics.
If the WNBA has their Larry Bird, then she's gonna be top 5.
You know, like, the Olympics grew with Michael Jordan because Michael Jordan was motherfucking Michael Jordan, bro. Like, stop it, bro.
You know the difference? Caitlin Clark and Larry Bird, because both of them.
They're white. They're both white. Yay!
Hold on, no. Let me finish. Because both of them cooked in college. Both of them went crazy in college. But one league was smart enough to send Larry Bird to a good franchise. The other league was dumb enough to let a terrible team take one of the most popular college players. It don't even make sense. It's the same thing with Bronny. You think that's merit? Bro, this stuff is not about merit, bro.
You're talking about the NBA. We're talking about the Olympics, bro. Like, when it comes to the Olympics, bro.
How did John Stockton get on the Olympic team? That's not merit.
Bro, John Stockton was one of the best.
He was not better than Isaiah Thomas.
But Jordan didn't want Isaiah. We already know what happened there, bro. Let's not play that. We already know what happened there, bro.
You're talking about, I could see if Caitlin Clark joined that team and they couldn't be competitive. You're talking about a team that the WNBA Olympics, women's basketball in Olympics is unwatchable. It's unwatchable because the games are never competitive. The games are never. So the only chance for you to watch it would be to see Caitlin Clark because her fan base wants to watch it. You guys are not watching it. You didn't watch the last Olympics. You're not about to watch.
I watched them play. I watched the last Olympics, and I even watched them play 3-on-3 last Olympics. Don't tell me what I watched them play 3-on-3 too. I watched 5-on-5 and 3-on-3. That's what I watched.
At 7 a.m., you guys are not watching the women's against Puerto Rico. But if Caitlin Clark or Angel Reese is on that team, you setting your alarm.
Man, I watch it all, bro. I watch the bobsledding when it's the winter. I watch the curling when it's the winter.
He said he watched the bobsledding movie, the one with the Jamaicans. Fuck out of here.
I watch it all day, bro.
My son, Capper.
There's a million.
Like he wears caps every day on the show.
There's a billion people in the country that watch the Olympics every 4 years it comes around, bro. Y'all just feel like because what happened with the Dream Team, right? And again, I'm not taking away from what happened with the Dream Team, but every single player on the Dream Team was credentialed up outside of Leitner, bro. And ever since then, there's been a tradition in the men's game to throw a rookie on the Olympic team. That's what they do. Cool. The women's team has never done that. That's not their style, bro.
How do they decide which rookie?
They typically pick the best rookie that's coming out is typically what they do.
Leitner was not the best rookie.
Bruh, he was the best rookie coming out of college, bruh.
No, he
was
wasn't.
the top.
He was
not over
he was the
Shaq.
most popular, which is again to their point. But
Man, what are y'all talking about, bruh? Christian Laettner coming out of Duke was the All-American, 4-time All-American, everything, bro. He was the best rookie, bro. Like, what we talking about?
So isn't that Caitlin Clark?
Yes.
She broke the shooting record.
Yes.
Bruh,
Come on
I'm
now,
telling
bro.
you,
Come on, man.
Bro,
You're gonna fit the narrative how you wanted to fit, and now you stuttering.
Bro, you're not hearing me,
You got
bro.
speech problems now, dog.
You're not hearing me, bro. That's not how the women.
I'm not, because you said
operates, That's not how they operate. They've never operated like that. That's
So they need to stop. They need to stop, and that's the point that we're trying to make. They need to stop because it's not helping them.
Is it true or false in sports? The youth and the casuals generate the most sales, generate the most money.
that's true. That's true in most businesses.
So
In most businesses, that's probably true.
So if I'm a 12-year-old girl, do I care anything about who actually is the best person on the roster, or do I care that my favorite player has an Olympic?
No, I mean you're 100% right, T. The youth and the casuals are gonna go with who they connect with for sure.
Nobody's denying that, bro. But as a body that represents something more than that, right? What the Olympics should. The Olympics should represent more than trying to make $1.
They don't. You're the only person I heard ever propping up the IOC. They've taken out legitimate sports to add popular sports like half pipe snowboarding. You know why? Because it sells.
Well, I mean, it's a growing sport, also, to be fair. But but look, we got to table this Caitlin Clark WNBA conversation. It definitely got a little heated, which I kind of had a feeling it would, man. Which is why I wanted to save it for the end. But look, like Bryce said last week, man, we're gonna have a WNBA conversation every week. It won't always be centered around Caitlin Clark, although she's driving up the views, the sales, all of it. So she's the star that will inevitably be in a lot of the conversations. But we'll do our best to also mention the Asia Wilsons of the world. But anything else anybody want to get off their chest right quick before we get out of here? No, yeah, I feel like everybody said a lot already, man.
Hey, look, I'll say this.
This is Bryce throughout the whole conversation, like this, on his knees, getting beat up.
What is that shirt anyway, bro?
I don't know what kind of freaky shirt you got on, but it looked like what G does.
If you do your Googles,
does for a living, bro.
No, do your Googles on this. It's some real shit though. Do your Googles on this.
I'm good on them Googles, bro. I'm good on them Googles.
It's some positive shit.
Should I incognito my Google?
It's real positive to me, man. Whatever floats your boat, G. But all I'm gonna say is, on the last statement on the Olympics, bro, I agree with y'all. I'm not debating the fact that Caitlin Clark on the Olympics would have probably been more revenue generating. It probably would have. But in a world where that's all people care about, bro, is the bottom line, it is nice to see someone care about what actually matters, bro. It's nice to see that, bro. It's nice to see that.
He don't even believe that shit, and he's smiling.
It is, bro. It is.
He got a grow.
I thought he made a good point.
Joker smile.
He's not gonna get the promotion because he's the best. But in a just world, you would get the promotion based off being the best, bro. And it's nice to see it sometimes where the best matters, bro. Where being good and being better than someone actually matters in a world where that shit rarely ever matters these days.
I'm gonna just offer a counterpoint. It's idealistic. It's not nice to see because when it was on the table for everybody to see, no one looked.
My last take on it is that it's the whole her being snubbed is being overblown. That's first of all, and it's not. Well, her not being on the roster is being overblown because it does not hurt the business. It's a missed opportunity to grow the business, but they're not about to stop going to see Caitlin Clark's games because she's not on the team.
Hey, yo, who is this ghost person, bro? And this is what I'm getting at, bro. Black man knows this more than any man in the world, bro. Meritocracy should matter, and it doesn't in this world. It doesn't. It doesn't in America. But it's nice to see this little piece of meritocracy being held on by the USA women's basketball. Man, I love it.
Oh man.
To me, I'm gonna leave on this real quick. To me, it honestly doesn't look like it's about merit. I mean, I thought it was a merit-based thing, but it looks like an attack on the narrative that this girl should be bigger than the sport. To me, it looks like we want to push back, we want to fight back a little bit, and people feel like it's unfair, and it is unfair, but so what?
Well,
that's only if she was playing like one of the best. I can only agree with that if she was playing like one of the best players in the league.
But T, at the same time, T, you told me that she's not even going to be top 5 in the next few years. So shouldn't they be pushing back on her being bigger than the sport? Because you yourself, the basketball coach on this show, has seen Caitlin Clark's game, and you've seen the WNBA, and you're telling me she's not going to be top 5. So isn't that a reason to push back on her being bigger than the game?
The men don't push back when they popularized Ja Morant and LaMelo, and they've never been top 5. The men understand that our stars are.
That's the NBA, but neither of them are on the Olympic team, bro.
Yeah, LaMelo probably won't ever be. LaMelo probably won't ever be.
So you're saying, so Bryce is saying keeping integrity and complaining about not getting paid. That's what I'm getting from Bryce in Rome. Keep your integrity and just stay broke. Clearly, the men could do whatever they want, and it's yay because you're gonna get paid.
Holidays, it's not the LaMelos.
The men, the world has caught up to the men. So the men have to make actual basketball decisions now.
Here we go. All right.
Why do you think they needed a dream team? Because when they were throwing the college kids out there, eventually the world caught up. So then they went to the NBA players. They just threw LeBrons and Carmelos. The world caught up again. So they had to start playing basketball again. The women are 40 years behind the men. 40 years. It'll be another 40 years before women in the world catch up to what we are doing. You can play Caitlin Clark, and it shouldn't be an issue other than to the person that maybe they didn't get to get their Olympic medal. They ain't getting no money. They're not getting no popularity. You got a chance to play for your country. You missed it. I'm sorry, but some things are bigger than one person.
Yeah, that's if you know all you care about is money, and I think that most of us do. Right, but most of us as Americans only care about
too don't care about money.
There are still purists out there.
You're not American if you're not about capitalism.
That care more about
crazy.
And the sport.
No, nobody want to hear that shit. It's capitalism.
I got a question. If you in a war and you in a foxhole with your unit, and they throw a grenade in, do you jump on the grenade and save your unit?
Nah, I'm gonna throw Bryce.
Bro, that is just the sickest parallel I've ever heard, bro. That has nothing.
Yes, it does. because growing,
that's a horrible comparison.
Not because winning the war takes sacrifices. Growing the sport takes sacrifices. Somebody's going to get snubbed. It just is what it is. And it's not because we don't like you.
And you know who got snubbed today? Caitlin Clark.
Caitlin Clark.
She's on that grenade, Caitlin. Sorry.
Hey, we're definitely gonna have to get back to this, man. Because look, she's not even having the greatest season. So there's a lot of Caitlin Clark to discuss, and there's other pieces to the WNBA that we're gonna get back to, man. This was a fun conversation.
Hey,
I said last week I was excited to have this conversation.
Caitlin Clark is really about growing the league. She would have jumped in that big 3 with Ice Cube when she had the chance. All right, I don't want to hear none of this shit.
Right.
They talk like that when she denied Ice Cube.
Actually, T, I think you said she should have done that one too, T.
No, it didn't.
I bet he didn't, because he didn't care about growing women's sports. You know how much that would have grew women's sports to see her playing against men?
No, that would have.
Bro.
For you a sideshow, and the men would have dogged you. It would have went bad for everybody. You would have got a check, but it wouldn't have grown anything.
All right,
Gonna get
now the checks don't grow nothing.
She's gonna get a check regardless. So you might as well do it in a way that has more.
A second ago we were called crazy for not chasing the checks. Now they're not growing that.
Bro, you gotta check. You gotta chase. It's what Hurley did. You gotta chase the long-term check, bro. You can't check like the long-term check.
What? You telling me people wouldn't have watched Caitlin Clark play against grown men? Bro, everybody would have been watching that shit, bro.
Nobody's gonna be watching that.
Please, bro. Take them glasses off, G. hell are you doing?
How long you
So I'm
gonna
trying to see how far you hiding your hairline. That's why I got these glasses.
Them damn disguise glasses.
Your
Your
thin ass
moving
beard.
glasses. You look
See,
like an
you got a
old
little
person,
ass chin.
bro.
That's why you got a beard.
Did,
You got an ashy
did
face.
that 10 strap come with the glasses?
It does. Look,
Is the soul patch attached?
you just mad. My shit luscious. You see what I'm saying? You see what I'm saying? The only time the fans get to see a hairline.
Those glasses turn into sunshades in the sun. Those glasses turn tinted in the
Yeah, I
sun.
mean, y'all get the little fade, ladies and gentlemen.
Hold on.
I'll let you.
I got one more piece to say now that I'm thinking about it, and I hate this. I think people got to reevaluate themselves, bro. The only time we gonna support black women is when something negative happens to them, because no one was screaming about the WNBA before this. So if you jumping up and screaming right now, ask yourself why you wasn't jumping up and screaming before there was another fan base. Why you wasn't jumping up and screaming when the women was screaming? Why you wasn't jumping up and screaming when Brittany Griner was locked up? But now we jumping up and screaming to fight Caitlin Clark. Bro, all them views and clicks and all them screams is only helping Caitlin. So I keep screaming, I guess.
To be fair, I am a Caitlin Clark fan. As I tried to explain to her legion of fans that came at me over the week, but look, it's definitely no Caitlin Clark hate. Let's not get that misconstrued in it either. It's definitely
you know
none of
how
that.
they do, bro. You say Caitlin Clark didn't get snubbed. He should have been on the team. You must not like Caitlin Clark. This is not the case, bro. How they going to try to frame it now? That's not the case, bro. We all like Caitlin Clark. We all love what she's bringing to the game.
I'm the one that said she's going to be top 5. T on the other hand.
Bro, for those of us that watch the WNBA before Caitlin Clark, which is not many, but me and Scrib been having conversations about the WNBA for years, bro, where most people can't even participate in these conversations because they haven't watched it. But there's people that have watched it before Caitlin Clark. Forget about those people, and when Caitlin Clark's gone, the game ain't gonna be where y'all think it will, right? So let's not forget about the core audience of the WNBA in the process of Caitlin Clark growing the casual fans. And I think
that's what they said about Michael Jordan. The league was scared because they didn't know what was going to happen.
Bro. First of all, stop it, bro. The NBA was big as hell before the Dream Team ever happened, bro. Like this is
no, it wasn't. No, it wasn't. No, it wasn't.
Before we
the finals were on tape delay, bro. What are you talking about?
Before we go back into a whole nother rabbit hole.
The finals what?
They were on tape delay. They were never live.
Bro, in what year? You telling me
in the whole era with Magic Johnson?
In the 80s? Bro, you know why? Because everything was on tape delay in the 80s because you had to watch it back for 2 minutes to make sure nothing crazy happened, bro. There was different rules. Bro, y'all got it, bro. Y'all got it.
But yeah, let's table it here. I think another conversation we're going to have probably on the next show is to I think Bryce just mentioned it, the hardcore fans that have been watching the WNBA versus these Caitlin Clark fans and the new fans that haven't been watching. Yeah, that's crazy.
I'm sorry.
Crazy comment. The mix of that I think is an interesting combo we'll touch back on.
Ghost gotta get commenter of the night tonight. We giving out a commenter of the night every night now. Ghost, I think you got it, bro. I mean, B always come with the heat. B done won a few commenter of the night. But damn, bro, this guy Ghost. My man is he got another one. WNBA posters.
Yo, for real. He ain't got nothing. Look at that big old white back wall he got there. He ain't got shit.
Hey, you still in the pantry, man? Hand me some Nature Valley oat bars, man.
I got you. Cause you look like you're starving. Talking that bullshit.
Go grab a Capri Sun.
Talking that bullshit.
Go pack your lunch, G.
Talking that bullshit. Fuck out of here.
Hey, go make your
I think I got your hairline in back there. And I got some
just
from man over here to help you with your beard. That shit thinning out.
Yeah, y'all know how we end every show, man.
Fuck out of here.
Sports for the culture, man. We'll see y'all next week.